做黑社會，又要做到最華嘅事嗰個。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Eugene Harlow, and this is my review of Johnny To's Election. 2005's Election tells the story of a triad trying to choose its next leader through an election. The film was generating attention even before its release here in Hong Kong. The original poster, used for the film's premiere at Cannes, was banned in Hong Kong because it shows triads using hand signs. Displaying or possessing triad insignia is prohibited in Hong Kong. Mentioning the name of a triad society in a film is enough to get it a Category 3 rating. In the old days, they even used to bleep the names out. Election is an ensemble film featuring a large cast made up of Johnny To regulars as well as others. Simon Yam plays Locke, one of the candidates for leadership. Quiet and intense, he's the favorite among the members. His opponent is Dai Di, played with glorious abandon by Tony Leung. He's the boss of Chun Wan, which, if you know anything about local geography, is like saying you're the mob boss of Rochester. Heading up the election council is Uncle Teng, played by Wong Tin Lam, also known as Wong Jing's father. Louis Koo plays Jimmy Jai, one of the lower-ranking triads that you can always count on to get some work done. I realize I've been in Hong Kong for 10 years when I look back at this film, which I watched in the cinema here, and think that Louis Koo looks really young. Maggie Shu plays Dai Di's wife in a small but important role. And besides, it's Maggie Shu. Eddie Chung Soo Fai also has a small role as a foot soldier with a speech impediment. These characters interact, clash, and realign themselves throughout the course of the film. The scheming and fighting and maneuvering that go on in Election are too complicated to explain, and it would spoil the movie anyway, so I'm not going to do it. Let me just say that the plot is complex enough that you'd probably need to watch the movie more than once to really understand just what's going on and who's working for whom and all that kind of stuff. But Election is such a good movie and so much fun to watch that you're probably going to watch it more than once anyway. Johnny To allows a broad section of the cast to have memorable scenes and memorable characters. David Chang and Ting Yip play two cops from the OCTB, Organized Crime and Triad Bureau, who are trying, it seems, not so much to bust these guys, as to keep the peace on the streets as the power struggle in the gang threatens to boil over into violence in the street. One of Johnny To's apparent goals in this film was to tear down the illusion that triads are outlaws who operate under a code of honor. Guess what? They're not. They're animals who have no problem turning on each other like syphilitic ferrets if it means that they can get ahead. The gangsters in the movie are the same way too. There's a good amount of really black humor in the film that's grounded in this perspective. A scene between Gordon Lam Ka-tong and Lam Sut ends up being funny precisely because it starts out being so serious. Speaking of serious, my biggest impression in this movie comes from Nick Chung Ka-fai as Jet, an enforcer. The second scene of the film sets him up as a psychopath, but not the wild thrashing kind like Dai Di. Instead, Jet sends off a constant hum of intensity that never flags, and Nick Chung plays it perfectly. He's actually frightening in this movie, and it's Nick Chung. Speaking of Dai Di, Tony Leung played his part so well that it seemed to take him about 3 years to shake it off. For a while, every movie he was in, no matter what the story, no matter what his character, he was Dai Di. But I enjoyed the acting of everybody in Election, just like I enjoyed the directing and the cinematography and the editing. I also want to mention the music because I think it really helped make the movie even better than it already is. There was a sequel made in 2007, but that's another review. Supposedly, Johnny To will be shooting Election 3 in 2015, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? In the description, there's a link where you can buy this movie. That's what I want you to do. Don't watch it online. Don't download it. Buy a disc, because that way you get all the extras. If you enjoyed these reviews, please leave me a comment. If you don't enjoy the review, leave me a comment. If you enjoy the reviews in general, please subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get to see everything as soon as it goes up, if that means anything to you. Thank you for watching.